Time of poor Henry's death is 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m. True. What would even say to that? How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then after some rubbish...
See, Detective Gumshoe shows his fellow officers fondness for donuts. Write that down, write that down.
Take it. Note to self, buy him Tim Hortons gift card for Christmas.
He will like it.
He will like it.
What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before one? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then.
Employee!
Shut up! And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. You see, it's like 1 foot high. Not to mention...
If they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure? You're old.
Are you sure? You're old.
The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy.
Old windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean.
Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all.
I'm so fucking done.
Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps?
Well, when did... check his autopsy report?
Yeah. All I got is that this is photo number 2. Can I present that? Because it goes off every time somebody walks in front of this camera, so it had to go off another time.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll fucking...
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
No one else went there. Okay, I want to present it here. It feels too right. Objection! Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture?
That's what I fucking said. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. Since it seems this lawyer career isn't working out very good for you.
That very computer printed out this photo. No, that on the back of the photo are
is the little boy gonna cry?
October 15th, 2 p.m. Photo number 2.
Even I know what that means. It was taken at 2 p.m. on October 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit where it says photo number 2.
Photo 2?
The computer only held data for 1 photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Wow, look at her. It's like a Lego guy.
Like a towards stands. Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. What the fuck do you think I mean?
Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only data for 1 of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only with someone with access, the security lady herself!
Yeah! You watch your mouth, whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Will Powers!
But the camera on the gate fired twice! That means 2 people went by!
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me.
Can the witness explain this to the court? Are you senile?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things.
You're fired!
Edgy boy, help.
Uh-huh. Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too.
Oh my god. We're going into the void.
Put her in the shadow realm.
Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Solberg?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
What the fuck is wrong with this?
Ah, I see. Your testimony, please.
The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, see? Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Awfully convenient.
Miss Oldberg, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny, I only just remembered it.
She is old.
Right, anyway. Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this is a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
The other person. Yup. I guess I'll hold that one. Another job.
That's right, I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
And she takes care of her twinkle while she does it.
And do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating.
I have a request of you. Can you voice the judge instead of me?
Okay.
Because I'm voicing 4 people in his room.
Yeah, last time you were just... Every time a new guy came in, you didn't seem to mind.
Well, yeah, but it's just... sometimes my brain gets confused, you know? I'm only a little boy with ADHD.
Yeah.
Just voice the judge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold it. How exactly do you determine what it... Oh my god. That's for me. Oh. I already put that in my mouth. We are one! We are both babies!
It's like, don't put it in your mouth.
I'm like, there's only one thing to do with this. What's in my mouth?
I already put that in my mouth.
There's only one thing to do with this.
You gave me plastic. What else am I supposed to do? Not put it in my mouth?
There's only one thing, one option, and that's put it in my mouth. How exactly do you determine what is suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part.
For the most
You can't
part.
even see the guy's face. He's doing it.
This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point. You remember throwing out a photo that day. Well, who in the heck was in the photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy?
The Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about rehearsals from gosh, who knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. Nobody bothered to fix it.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and
about that. And
there were kids, children, whippersnappers. They're freaks.
kids. So on the photo that you erased?
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What? Oh boy. Oh, order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day? One was the steel... This guy's not old enough. One was the Steel Samurai tracking his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be about 2nd or 3rd grade.
This guy's not old enough.
Oh, yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
Not for 2 young boys in a trench coat, it wouldn't be.
Oh, bet you didn't think of that.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Have you held it?
Right, as I said, I didn't pay much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I'm Huggies. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information, and no forgetting vital information this time.
I'm so fucking sick of this courtroom drama.
I can't tell what's going on. Mr. Powers? Yeah. Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go into the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone wanting to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we gonna do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Whitpowers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on the matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do not have may not be hard evidence. The photo we do have, sorry. But there's still no one else that could have committed the crime. I call for the verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind, however. Be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent.
Well, fuck, you guys do it all
You
day.
accuse someone who's obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So who was this person, other than Mr. Powers?
Well, they already are like, it could have been the boy.
I know, I would say...
The security lady.
I would say the security lady, but it could also be assistant girl.
Yeah, but she's on your side.
I know, that's why I don't want to do it, but you're not supposed to be biased.
It has to be the security lady, though.
She did delete it. It is making her
deleted
really guilty. It was the security lady! Wendy Oldbag! Oh! The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture, which means that whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There's only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag!
What? Whippersnapper!
Oldbag, oh my god. Order! Is this true, Oldbag?
What do you mean is this true, you fucking idiot?
Old Bag! That's Mrs. Old Bag to you!
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. that slipped into Studio One, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
To frame him, you idiot!
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture, and for some reason, you can't just go around. If she was in that costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Good boy! Yes!
Oh yeah, right here, Sherlock Holmes #2, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something!
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way.
Give Brady a break, bro. She didn't do it.
She's old. She's gonna die right here.
She's gonna die.
She's gonna die.
She didn't do it. I just need the trial to go on. Damn it, you pressed further.
Oh, darn. Whoops. This very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions then on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too. Indeed. What's that noise?
Logs in a great big fire! What's all this racket about? Make way! I think I'll adopt it and take it with me.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute! Make way! What about the other person who went into the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased!
It's only a grade score, though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter! When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops!
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy isn't the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? No. Is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders, day whippersnapper?
Well, fuck,
I
it's
have
been
proof.
mean to the kids and nice to the old people for your whole life, so.
Proof?
Indeed. And let's see the proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? Apparently the spear that you guys, said was too heavy for him.
Or the fact that he wouldn't be able to fit in the fucking costume.
I don't know, but it does show that it's a significantly shorter person. I would say the spear because they literally were ready to rule it out because of the spear earlier.
True.
Take that, motherfucker! The murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. What would the witness care to comment on this? The windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name?
Something old back, Your Honor.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Into this old bag?
Yo.
Well, wait a second! I'm not just gonna sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree!
Oh, shit.
Me! I'm talking!
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is all this about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
No, not to talk about?
By whom?
Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify! My lips were sealed.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me just to pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Fair enough. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
For sure. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
The judge is like, I fucking want to go home. My wife is waiting for
hold this. Were you told? So you were told not to talk?
And that's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
Wow. There were some other people, you say. Who were these other people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director?
Oh, we should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
We're all a little stupid, aren't we? So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Aha! Oh no. There's a little man in here now. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Oh my god, Phoenix.
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
The path where the monkey's head had fallen over.
Kitty, kitty.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but...
Take a break, dude. Take a load off.
Should I?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Continue.
Wait,
Fuck around.
we're tired. They said they had nothing to do with it. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
You got your bonus and you still talk.
They
I
handled
think
my
I've
poop.
asked all the questions I have to ask. Why does it keep asking me that? Is there more I can ask about? No, I think that was everything. Did I ask about that?
Yeah, do that one.
Hold it. So they were actually in the studio?
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came.
I'll kill this woman, I swear it.
I feel sorry for Edgeworth. Almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Fuck, I'm just gonna press her on that one too. Them? Who are these people that you just told us who they were?
Well, the director and the producer for starters.
The director?
You should have known something was fishy.
We've been through
I already
this.
said this. Of course.
Oh, fucking hell.
Where?
Studio 2. Studio 2. Studio 2. Fuck. Go to the gate. Monkey.
Fucking Mr. Wright, are you done?
I guess I'm taking a break now.
Yeah,
There's
just
nothing
take a
else
break.
in there. Unless you could think of something like evidence I could have provided during that, but I don't think so. I don't think I have anything related to those people.
I don't think so.
I can I got a key. No, I don't think any of this helps.
Look, I'm an attorney.
Your Honor, We have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. I think I'll keep it.
Take it with me.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Powers. That is all. Court is adjourned. After this.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Aw, really? It's nothing. Grin. Or should I sniff?
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. Now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who was it in the Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been a windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know, but I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old windbag. I feel kinda sorry for her.
She fucking tried to frame our dude. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right! We'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Perfect.
We did it! Saving!
Save the game and then we gotta
Save
go.
the game and then I'm gonna eat a sandwich.